Welcome to Channel 5 News. A bit of an emergency broadcast here. People are exhibiting strange behaviors leading to violence. If your friends or family have out of nowhere stopped talking to you, keep to themselves, and act aggressively towards you, you might want to find another place to stay tonight.
Hey, Josh. Hey, Josh. Josh!
What?
Hey, man, you want to, hang out?
No! I don't!
Oh. Well, that was weird. Huh. Whatever. Oh, I fell asleep. Oh, man. What the fuck is that red light? How'd you get? Oh, no. Where did he go? Oh, okay, I'm out.
Hey, Freddy. Don't you want to hang out?
What's up, guys? Welcome to my horror icon movie rankings. I'm a fan of horror movies, even though there's a shit ton of bad ones, right? But there's a lot of iconic bangers out there that we have to acknowledge, and I'm gonna rank them, dude. Yeah, I think there's a lot of good horror movie directors as of late, like Jordan Peele. Robert Eggers is doing some cool shit. And I recently just saw The Creature of the Black Lagoon, and it gave me the idea. I was like, oh, let me just rank all these dope, iconic horror movie monsters, people, all the things. I'm doing about 25 of them. Tier list behind me. Let's do it. And the rankings are as follows. Equivalent to S tier would be, what the fuck is that? A tier will be, that's scary as shit. B tier would be, did you fucking hear that? And C tier will be, well, that's kind of spooky, I guess. And D tier is, I'd sock the fuck out of you. I ain't running away, homie. You know what I'm saying? This is just an arbitrary list. I came up with a list of about 25 movie monsters or people that I could think of from memory that, you know, resonates with me personally. So if I forget anyone, you can go ahead and comment down below if I did. But I don't think I did, dude. I think I hit all the fucking marks. The first one we're doing is Freddy Krueger.
Please, God.
This is God.
This one has a special place in my heart. I saw this when I was 5 years old because my parents, they didn't, you know, character building. I don't know. Ask them, dude. To me, Freddy Krueger is probably goated. I think he's just immediate S tier because you cannot escape this fucker. You gotta go to sleep sometimes, dude. They had to make the entire town forget he even existed so he lose power. And I vividly remember after watching the Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one, at 5 years old, I had a nightmare that very night that sticks with me to this very day. So yeah, Freddy Krueger's S tier. Yeah, he's fucking S tier. The fuck was that? Next on the list is Jason Voorhees. I ain't gonna lie. Jason, I mean, the movies, they kind of, you know, they're campy as shit. Jason himself is kind of scary. I mean, he's actually terrifying. If you're like in a room with him, you wouldn't win the fight. So, you know, But, you know, to compare him to like Mike Myers, who's also on the list, I think Mike Myers just kind of does it better. I do think Jason deserves a scary as shit rating because he's synonymous with the hockey mask. Like, I don't even say the hockey mask. I just say Jason mask, dude. Like, you see hockey mask, you think Jason. That's just too iconic to not put him up there. You know what I'm saying? And let me preface, I'm like ranking this as like how iconic they are. You know, if I could beat them in a fight, or, you know, if I could escape it in some way or not. Yeah, that's how I'm ranking this shit. But yeah, Jason, you know, throw a bucket of water at him. He was there to murder teenagers that were fucking a lot. That's about it, in my opinion. But synonymous with a hockey mask, scariest shit rating. Jason Voorhees. Next on the list is Michael Myers. To me, Michael Myers is terrifying. It's just in the way that he kills. It's not even like, I'm trying to kill you. It's the curiosity after he stabs into someone and he's just looking at them like, oh. It's just kind of weird, isn't it? And just I don't know, there's something about that mask. It's just way more scary than the Jason hockey mask, and he just seemed invincible. Also wouldn't beat him in a fight. I put him in S tier. I think he's a what the fuck is that, dude? You know, like, you see him down the road, you're not gonna feel good. You know what I'm saying? And I just think the Halloween movies are better than Friday the 13th. I'm a little biased on that. Better score. I said it. Better score, dude. Next on the list is Chucky. I'm not gonna lie. When I was a child, Chucky scared the fuck out of me. My sister had dolls. I thought they would come to life. The mixture of Toy Story and Chucky as movies, that's not a good combination. Terrifies children. And my parents, again, they just character building. They let me watch this shit. I don't know if it fucked me up mentally, but we'll find out eventually. Watching the movies, and it's become more comical, right? Like, I would punt the shit out of that little doll. I don't care how fucking strong he is, dude. I'm kicking the shit out of that little doll. He's getting probably a, did you hear that? A B tier ass monster, because he's just not that scary, but he is iconic. You think of killer doll, you think of Chucky. That's about it. Next on the list, Leatherface. What is different about Leatherface than, you know, these other iconic movie monster people, whatever? He's real. And there's something about, I don't even know if that footage at the beginning of is it the second one? Or it was like the prequel? Is that the real footage? I'm Googling. Real events, including the ominous house that it was like a cannibalistic family. Oh, shit. Ed Gein. Okay. Yeah, so he's based off of Ed Gein. Researching, it works, and that kind of takes, you know, away from him a little bit. I thought the whole chainsaw thing was like, you know, but I mean, a cannibalistic family, that's also terrifying. But would I fight? Absolutely. People are just people. I'm putting up the hands. But would I want to be in that situation? Not even a little bit. I'm gonna say, I mean, Leatherface himself, theatrical wise, terrifying. It's a big ass dude with a chainsaw with people's skin as a mask, you know, like it's not fun. I'll probably say he's, did you hear that? B tier. I think he's B tier. If, you know, I feel like I can fight that. If it's a person, you can fight it. It's not like Freddy Krueger in your fucking dreams. You know what I'm saying? Next on the list, Ghostface. From the Scream series. As a movie, the Scream series is pretty sick. I do enjoy the whole meta-ness of it, where they're trying to figure out who's gonna die next due to, you know, horror movies. Like, who based off of horror movies will die next? You know, Jamie Kennedy's iconic character, figuring it out, being the horror movie buff that he is.
For instance, number 1, you can never have sex.
As a child, that Ghostface mask scared the shit out of me. I don't really think it's all that, you know, again, it's just people. There's a dude running at me with a knife. I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face, dude. But it is indeed iconic as and the thought of someone, you know, calling you up like, hello, are you home alone? Just kidding, I know you're fucking there. I'm watching you. That's pretty scary, but I would throw the fucking hands right now. with the ghost face. I think he's also his mask is so iconic. I think I'd give him a scary as shit, just because of how iconic he is and how good those movies were. But I would throw the hands with him. Ghostface. Next on the list is Pinhead.
Pain. How dare you use that word?
Yeah, those movies do something to me internally. Just the whole goriness of it, just getting like your skin peeled apart. It's so graphic, and I would never want to encounter any of those. Pinhead, the Cenobites, none of that shit. I would say he's probably, oh, fuck, man. I mean, the movies weren't that great. I think I'd give him an A tier because he's genuinely terrifying. I would never want to throw hands. I would never want to see that thing in my life. I would never want to see the Cenobites, but the movie was kind of ass. I know it's iconic and they made like 7 of them, but the movie was kind of like mid. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. It wasn't that good. It was kind of like, I don't know, some early Eli Roth gore porn. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that scary, but he is genuinely terrifying. So I think I'd give him, and he's iconic. He's iconic as fuck. So I think I'd give him an A tier. Scary shit. Next on the list is Predator.
Ugly motherfucker.
I mean, I think the movie is way more awesome than it is terrifying, but if you could just put yourself in that situation, scary as fuck, dude. You're being hunted by a super high-tech alien that's just gonna, like, you have no chance, dude. There's nothing. If a highly trained Arnold Schwarzenegger can barely do it, what am I gonna do, dude? And he's just so iconic. When it comes to aliens in, you know, the cinematic universe, Predator and the Xenomorph are like, they're the top 2. He's just too iconic. The mask, everything about him, he's bad. He's actually more badass than, you know, than scary, but if I had to fight him, terrifying, right? So I think I'm just S tier, dude. Predator's S tier. He's too fucking awesome. He's too fucking awesome, too iconic. I wouldn't want to fight him. Terrifying in an actual situation. Predator. S tier. What the fuck is that? I'm gonna go right over to the other alien in the cinematic universe, like I just mentioned, the Xenomorph.
Dallas? No.
Yeah, I would never in a million. It's literally Predator, but now the fear factor, it's fucking way up, dude. It's fucking way up, dude. All right, I don't want to deal with that shit. The first movie was definitely way more horror based than Aliens. The second one, which was way more action, but still also terrifying. I would just never want you know, a face hugger. The fact that like you get face hugged and then you know that like an alien's gonna burst out of your chest, dude. That's not cool. I don't want that. I don't want that ever in my life, right? The movies were also iconic as fuck. The Xenomorph itself, iconic as fuck. That's peak Ridley Scott in my opinion. So I think Xenomorph is also S tier. It just checks all the boxes. It's a what the fuck is that, dude? Because when you see it, you'll say what the fuck is that? The face huggers, all, you know, I'm good. Everything about the Xenomorph. Get it away from me. Next on the list is Jigsaw.
I want to play a game. Here's what happens if you lose.
Jigsaw himself, right, is pretty scary. Someone's gonna break into your house, put you to sleep, and then put you in a fucking torture puzzle, right? No one wants that. But if I have the opportunity to throw hands with him, would I? Absolutely. He's just a person. I'm not even a little scared. No, just kidding. I'm pretty scared, dude. I'm not gonna lie. He would have like chloroform, right? Trying to put me out. I mean, if I have to go into one of those puzzles, that he's an S tier. I don't want to deal with that shit, dude. I don't want to have to chop off my own limb. I'm fucking good. But if it's just like we're in a room, you're just an old dude with like, you're gonna die of cancer, brother. I ain't even a little scared. You're about to get the fucking hands. Jigsaw himself, I mean, they made 10 movies and they did become a little, you know, gore. I mean, they are gore porn. I don't know. Is he that iconic? I think he is. He's modern iconic. He's not like, you know, 70 years iconic, but I still think years from now people will still remember and talk about Jigsaw and maybe even have a few remakes, you know. Yeah, I think I give him, I don't think he's like as iconic as like Ghostface, and I don't know, it just he hasn't had a lot of time to exist to really give him that status of like super iconic, even though I think he will be that iconic. I think I'll give him a did you Did you hear that? A B tier as character, because I would throw hands with him if I had to be in a situation that would suck. And the movies are kind of, you know, they're kind of mid. Next on the list, Dracula.
I bid you welcome.
I think Dracula is just an instant what the fuck is that S tier, because he's just too iconic. I think he is the first of like the original like Universal movie monsters. His movie, I believe came out in 1931, Dracula. And in that movie, the movie itself, I mean, he's not as scary, although, you know, it's an older film. If you watch it now, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? You know, would I want to throw hands with Dracula? Never. And there's also been so many iterations of him. I think if you just take like maybe like the Bram Stoker Dracula, you know, like if you take like his best form, his scariest form, you know, he's too iconic, and I would just never want to throw hands with him. And even though there are bad films with Dracula, I think the good films will outweigh that. And he's just an OG, dude. Put some respect on Dracula, dude. Next on the list, Wolfman. Another OG of the game, of the Universal Pictures, you know what I'm saying? Again, I think it's just immediate S tier. I think all of these Universal, you know, I'm probably just gonna throw them up into the S tier just because of how iconic and how many iterations there have been of the Wolfman, and genuinely good films. Of course, some bad, but you know, when you look at the good, I think, in my opinion, it outweighs the rest. And Wolfman, to me, out of like those original OGs, he's up there when it comes to that little group of creatures. He's one of my favorites. For shizzle, I would never want to fight him. I would never want to fight a Wolfman because you just lose. I'm not Van Helsing. I don't know what to do. Silver bullets? Who has silver bullets, brother? Not me. Yeah, so he's like an immediate S tier. Next on the list, The Mummy.
If I could get my hands on you, I'd break your dried flesh to pieces. But your power is too strong.
Again, another iconic. I'm probably just going to go through all the Universal OGs, right? The Mummy is terrifying. Would I want to fight the Mummy? When you think about, like, if you look at the older one, again, it's an older time. It was, I think it came out like 1955, 54. Wasn't that, you know, you watch the film, it's not that scary from today's standards. But would I want to fight the Mummy? I mean, look at the one from the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies. I would not want to f with Emotep, okay? Would you? I wouldn't. He's just too iconic. He's just getting thrown up into S tier immediately, in my opinion. What the f is that? The Mummy. That's who it is. Emotep. Anaxuramon. I'm not doing it. I'm not Brendan Fraser. I'm not fighting him. And those movies are great, in my opinion. The Mummy and The Mummy Returns. If you just forget about the Scorpion King CG, just don't think about it. And then you just don't think about the third with Jet Li. Cool idea. Bad execution. Didn't go out well. But, you know, again, too iconic. S tier. What the fuck is that? The Mummy. Next on the list, Frankenstein. It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! Again, another S tier. What the fuck is that banger? He's of the OGs. So many iterations. So iconic. He's on my shirt. You know? Like, Frankenstein is, in my opinion, I think he's my favorite. He's like the #1 out of the OGs. He's just a cool concept. You know, a mad scientist making this creature that's misunderstood, and then he just has to murder everyone because they want to try and kill him. You know? It is what it is, brother. S tier, what the fuck is that? Frankenstein. Would I try to fight him? Absolutely not. He'd rip me apart, probably. I'm good. Next on the list, Creature from the Black Lagoon. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty up there when it comes to the OG Universal Picture movie monsters. I think the design of this creature is just so dope, and I really wish that they made like a I hate that I'm saying this. I wish they remade his film, because out of all of the OG creatures and monsters, he hasn't really been, hasn't been shown love like that. And I really feel like they could make a pretty badass film with him. If you get the right director, someone like Robert Eggers or something that could like stay true, like very authentically true to what he is. Because the way the movie starts, he's a creature from like the beginning of, not the beginning of time, but millions of years ago that has just evolved into this monster. I feel like they really could do something cool with that. I would love to see like a newer Creature of the Black Lagoon. S tier, obviously. Universal monsters, just, they kind of hit. I've been really fucking with those movies lately. Next on the list, Candyman.
Be my victim. I am the writing on the wall.
Candyman. Yeah, bro. I just, again, I saw that when I was younger. I'm now beginning to see that my parents wanted me to become a serial killer, I think, in some way. But Candyman is a pretty scary idea. What I want to, it was the hood's boogeyman, dude. I don't know. Would I want to fight Candyman? Absolutely not. The whole aspect of like bees all over him coming out of his mouth freaked me the fuck out as a child. The newer one wasn't that great, I'm not gonna lie. I did like that they tied it in to the original. Spoiler alert. It was pretty cool with that idea. I just think the execution wasn't that, I don't know, it just didn't hit like I wanted it to, even though it came from Jordan Peele's production company, Monkey Paw Productions. I feel like he's been putting out quality work, and it's not that it's bad, it's just it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. Candyman, would I fight him? Absolutely not. Is he iconic? Absolutely is. I think I'd give him a fucking A tier. Scary as shit, right? He's pretty fucking scary. I would not want to fuck with him. Iconic, it's all those things. You know what I'm saying? On to the next one. Next on the list, Pyramid Head. From the Silent Hills series. Iconic as fuck. Would I want to fight him? Absolutely not. The movies? Terrible. Right? Like, they're not that great. But he does come from a video game, right? The video game for Silent Hill is absolutely terrifying. I feel like I'll veto this. Just don't think about the films. Think about what Pyramid Head is. Would you want to fight him? No. I wouldn't. Would you? The fuck is that, dude? As a design, it's not really scary. Just a gigantic thing with a pyramid head. I think I'd give him a, I give him an A tier. Scary as shit, because he is, I wouldn't want to fight that fucking thing. And if I'm seeing him, that means I'm in Silent Hill, and that would suck. Genuinely. I wouldn't want that at all. Next on the list, The Thing. Specifically John Carpenter's The Thing. I recently saw John Carpenter's The Thing, and for me, you can say that is the greatest horror film ever, and I would find it pretty hard to argue. The Thing is smart storytelling for a horror movie, such a smart idea for a horror monster, and you couple that with the prosthetic effects, man, it was terrifying. I would not, just no. Just no, dude. There's no winning. There's no winning against The Thing. I would not want to fight The Thing. All of it is S tier. What the fuck is that? Next on the list, Pennywise. Again, saw this as a child. Fuck me up. I couldn't take showers with my, I couldn't close my eyes in a shower for so long, dude. If I got soap, I would just freak the fuck out. Watching him come out of that drain was traumatizing. And just the fact that it feeds on the fear. So you think about it, you get scared, and you're like, oh shit, does he feel me right now, dude? Am I gonna die? I would never want to fight that thing. Might be sacrilegious, but I think the newer version of Pennywise is scarier. I did like Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise more than I did Tim Curry's. I'm sorry. Tim Curry did have a very terrifying air about him, and I mean that clown, you know, scary as dude. I'm not denying that, but I don't know. There was something about Bill Skarsgård, like his eyes. There's something in his eyes, man, and just they did some of those scenes, I think, a lot better. Well, you know, to be fair, the old movies it was like a straight to TV movie thing, right? It was like a 3-hour thing or something like that. And this got like the respect it deserved with the Bill Skarsgård version. I wouldn't want to fight Pennywise, dude, even with that dance. That anything that can like make your fears appear, it knows what you're scared of. I don't care how much bravery you think you have. That. Yeah, so I think I give Pennywise. You think of killer clowns, you think of Pennywise and killer clowns from outer space. Like that's really it. And John Wayne Gacy. Terrifying. Yeah, so I give him an S tier. What the is that? Next on the list, Hannibal Lecter.
Good morning.
Yeah, I don't want to be eaten. Right? Don't want to be eaten at all. But at the same time, Hannibal Lecter is just a person. So if I gotta square up with him, he's getting the hands, dude. I don't care how crazy you are. If you're gonna try and eat me, brother, you're gonna catch the hands. Silence of the Lambs is an incredible film. Hannibal Lecter is a terrifying idea, a mad doctor, you know, genius, psycho. No, thank you. But yeah, I would give him the hands. So because of that, I think I give him... Is he as iconic for movie buffs? I feel like he is. I feel like now, if you were to ask people if they've seen Silence of the Lambs, I don't know. I feel like he's you know, less in the conversation of like iconic. I don't know. I think I give him a B tier. Personally, I think he's an A tier, but I think overall for people, you know, A tier, dude. What am I talking about? This is my list. A tier. Scary as shit. But I would give him the hands. No, B tier. I take it back. B tier. But did you hear that? Because I'd beat the brakes off him. He's just human. Is he iconic? Absolutely. Which is why he gets B tier. That's it. Next on the list, the Creeper. From Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers. Where'd you get those beepers? I think he is iconic. As iconic as characters have been mentioned, I don't think so. Not, you know, I don't think he's in the stratosphere. They haven't even remade a movie for him. Have they? If they did, I don't know about it. Therefore, not that iconic. Takes your eyeballs. Well, would I want to fight that thing? Absolutely not. No. The movies, you know, they're all right. They're not the best. I think this is probably like my first C tier character. Just because of, you know, he's really not that iconic in my opinion. I think he's just a scary monster. A good scary monster. Would I want to fight him? No. Iconic? Not really. The movies, kind of mid. His design? Scary. Yes. But also a little generic. Not going to lie. Personally. Just saying. Alright, bear with me here. Alright, I had to think. I was trying to think of, you know, other horror movie monster and people things. Alright. Next on the list, the Smile Demon.
You can't escape your own mind, Rose.
You know that I don't even know the name. Hold on. Oh yeah, they just call it the Smile Demon. Yeah. That. Would I want to fight that thing? Absolutely not. Do I think it's iconic? Absolutely not. But I did like it. As a film, I like the cinematography. It I don't know, very unnerving. It didn't overly use gore just for the sake of it. It used it smartly to where it freaked me the fuck out and made me feel some type of way. And that last scene where he's crawling, you know, spoiler alert, crawling inside, you know, the main protagonist that you would hope would make it out, and she clearly does not. I don't know, man. I couldn't sleep right that night. Would I want to fight that thing? Absolutely not, because you can't really fight it. You kind of just gotta kill someone in front of someone so they get it, you know. It's kind of is he iconic? Not really. No. cool design and all that. Yeah, I'd give him, you know, like a C tier. You know, he's kind of spooky. He's kind of spooky, dude. You know. Next on the list, Kevin Wendell Crump. From the M. Night Shyamalan movie Split. Again, I think this falls into like new age horror. I would not want to be kidnapped by him. Would I want to fight his true form, the Beast? Absolutely not. No, thank you. Do I think he's iconic? Not really. Is he scary? I mean, yeah. Motherfucker was crawling on walls like Spider-Man, dude, and he was gonna rip that girl apart. I don't know. The idea of him is cool. The movie itself, I think Split was done really well. Glass sucked ass. Man, that movie sucked. Unbreakable was cool. Split was, I thought, really done really well as a film. I thought James McAvoy's performance was top notch, dude. I think he really pulled out all the stops for that film. Do I think he's iconic? Not even a little bit. Split was a pretty good movie. Glass was terrible. I think I give him, he's like a C tier. I don't think he's terrible because I did like the film and I think he's a cool idea. And I think they could have really made that third film something awesome, but you know, whatever. I think he's a C tier. I think he's he's kind of spooky. We're almost there. Two more. Next on the list, Annabelle.
It was a big mistake acknowledging this doll. And through that, the inhuman spirit tricked you. You gave it permission to infest your lives.
What's an inhuman spirit?
It's something demonic.
From the Conjuring series. Annabelle falls into that, she's the other creepy doll. She's the other one, When you think of creepy dolls, you think of Chucky, and then you think of Annabelle. I think she's become iconic. I think the Conjuring series kind of took over. Half the films sucked, half the films were pretty good. The fact that it's based off of a real doll also adds to the lore of it, the spookiness of it. Do I think it's as iconic? I mean, there's not a lot of horror dolls out there besides Chucky. When half of your movies suck, it's really not, is it that good? I think the design of Annabelle is absolutely terrifying. Would I want to fight the demon that's in Annabelle? Absolutely not. I think I give Annabelle like a B tier. I think Annabelle's like a B tier monster. Did you hear that, dude? What? Don't touch that doll. You got it, dude. You got it. I'm not doing that. Get that fucking doll away from me. And last on the list, I choose Toby. From the Paranormal Activity series. Say what you will about the Paranormal Activity series. I do think the first movie is truly iconic. It, birthed the genre of mockumentary horror films. Say what you will about those, right? A lot of them are not good, and a lot of the Paranormal Activity movies are not that great. But I think when you create a genre, that's pretty fucking iconic. When we finally get the name of the demon that has been terrorizing these two sisters, Toby. Man, that third film, when it goes back to when they're kids, it truly scared the fuck out of me. I don't know, it was something about like the era it was in, being in the 80s. Just that scene at the end with those old people. I don't know, man, that really fucked me up. Just the way that guy's back snapped. Like, you can't fight that. You're not gonna win, dude. You don't really get a good idea of what Toby looks like. You get, dust falling on top of him. And for the most part, it's invisible. And I think that added to what he was. The fact that you couldn't see where the danger was coming from made it so fucking terrifying, which was so smart and, saved money on budget. But, the movies overall weren't that great. Toby, I don't think will ever be that iconic. Would I want to fight him? Not really. Do I think it deserves D tier? No. Because it spawned a genre, dude. I can't ignore that. And I do think people will talk about the Paranormal Activity films forever in, the horror genre. Toby himself? Yeah, dude. I'll give him a C tier. Kind of spooky, I guess. That was my list. 25 iconic horror movie monster people, all that stuff. If I missed anyone, I'm damn sure I did. I'm already thinking of some that I have. Please let me know if you think my list is stupid and you would put creatures or monsters or people in other places. Tell me what your fucking tier list is, dude. I want to see it. I want to, you know, dig around. I want to talk about this because at the end of the day, I am a fan. I love movies. I love horror films. And I think I always will. Thank you, Mom and Dad. And with that, I bid you adieu. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications for more videos like this. What other movie types should I rank? I don't know. Let me know. Or should I do another list? Tell me another crazy list of monsters that I didn't even think of, then I'll put that on there. You know what I'm saying? So take care now, and bye-bye then. Ta-ta.
Boom!